Help support AMTV by becoming a patron, an AMTV staff member, and following us over on Twitter.
Hi there guys, it's Adam Martyn here, and welcome back to another video, a rather special video this time because you might have noticed I've been on the television. That's right, I appeared on an episode of POPMASTER TV. It went out on the channel More 4, part of the Channel 4 brand. It went out on Monday the 27th of May 2024 at 9 p.m. And this was a really exciting moment for me. I've had to sit on it for quite a while. I wasn't allowed to talk about it or publicize it, which is very common in any quiz show that you take part in, but it's out there and you can go and watch it right now. I did a post about it on my community tab and on my socials and stuff on the day of broadcast, but it's the day after, and a lot of you were asking, whoa, hang on, a few questions. What is POPMASTER TV? How did this come about? What was the experience like? And stuff like that. So I thought I'd just jump on and make a little video explaining some of those answers. Just to get a few things out of the way in terms of how I did in this quiz. We ain't going to talk about that here. That's because I obviously want you to go on Channel 4's website and watch it. Why would I spoil it for you? So please do go and watch it, go and check out the episode, but I will tell you a bit about my experience. So the first question, what is POPMASTER? It may be well known to those of you who are in the UK, but there might be some viewers who aren't aware. POPMASTER started off as a quiz on the radio, hosted by the broadcasting legend that is Ken Bruce. It started off on Radio 2 more than 25 years ago, and currently now takes place on Greatest Hits Radio, with Ken still as the presenter. In 2023, Channel 4 picked up a series for POPMASTER, or started to develop it in conjunction with 12 Yard Productions into a TV series. The first series went out in 2023, with the second series going out right now in 2024. Some would say, how on earth can you take a 5-10 minute quiz on the radio and turn it into an hour-long program? Well, they've done quite well with that. They've basically made lots of new rounds with the original version of POPMASTER taking place at the end, but more on that a little bit later. So in terms of how I got involved with this, I've seen some comments or people have been asking me, like, did they reach out to you? Did you reach out to them? Well, in a way I reached out to them, but it was very much on a whim. I saw an advert, I think it was on Instagram or Facebook or one of those, just saying, hey, do you want to take part in this quiz? If so, click the link below. Very standard advert stuff. You see it all the time for various different TV programs on socials because they're always looking for people. And in terms of quizzes, I've applied to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in the past, but I think as far as quizzes go, off the top of my head, that's the only one I've really gone for. And this one was sort of on a whim. I like my music. If you saw my vinyl collection video, you know I like a wide variety of music, but I thought, well, I'm never gonna get on this, am I? So I applied for it on a whim, and then sure enough, I got a phone call, and then after a bit more correspondence, ended up on the program. So if ever you're looking to be on a TV quiz or anything like that, and you sort of sat to yourself thinking, oh, I'm never gonna be on this, they're never gonna pick me. You never know. You genuinely never know. So if it's something you want to try, being on the telly, answering trivia, then just give it a go. Give it an apply, see what happens. The filming took place up in Scotland, specifically at the BBC studios in Glasgow. And I've never been to Glasgow before, and can I just say, Glasgow, what a beautiful city you are. Considering I'd never been, I got some time the day before to walk around the town, sort of explore Glasgow a bit, some of what it has to offer, and there's truly some lovely nooks and crannies in there. There's lots to explore, there's lots to see, lots to do, lots to immerse yourself in. I had a wonderful time there. I wish I could have stayed longer, but maybe one day Glasgow I will return and have a bit more of a mooch. But the big day came and I was off to BBC Scotland, which is where they were producing the programme, and the facilities in BBC Scotland were top dollar. I mean, I'm not sure how long this building has been up and about, but it's, just what you'd expect from a TV studio, just sort of very modern, very sleek, lots to offer, really cool stuff. It was also here where I got to meet my fellow contestants for the day, which were Paul, Ronki, Dee, and Julianne. And all four of them were the loveliest people. I do love in any sort of program that is quizzing or has that edge of competitiveness. I think it's great to give the contestants time before you go down to the studio to record, just to, A, to relax, obviously, because nerves are flying high, but also just to, get to know each other a bit, have a conversation, have a laugh, and all five of us collectively did that. And like I said, they're really lovely people. It was a pleasure to meet them, a pleasure to play against them in the show. It was just a really friendly atmosphere, and I also want to give big thanks to the teams at BBC Scotland and the teams at 12 Yard as well for making all of us feel so welcome, so at ease, because I don't know if you know this, guys, but appearing on television can be quite nerve-wracking. It's different in one hand because as an actor myself, if I was going on TV for an acting part, that's a very different mindset to going on as yourself. As an actor, I can, sort of say, oh, I'm playing a different character. I'm not being myself. I've prepared for this role, and it's that might be a bit nervous, but, it's not as intense. But whereas this, it's like I'm literally presenting myself on TV to answer music trivia, which I could very easily get wrong in front of potentially thousands, if not millions of people. Slightly nerve-wracking. But no, the 12 Yard team and BBC Scotland, they did a great job at making us feel welcome, making us feel at ease, just make a positive experience all round. Like, that is, I've been in a few, TV buildings, studios so far in my time, and these guys definitely were some of the top I've ever had the pleasure of working with. So thank you so much, and all the best to the team. We obviously went down to studio. We got to meet the man, Ken Bruce himself, and he's just as lovely in real life as he comes across on the radio. A real down-to-earth guy, that beautiful Scottish voice, and just a very nice aura around him. It makes you feel very at ease, like this is all a big laugh, not in an unserious way, but we're all just here to have fun. It is just a game at the end of the day. He was so lovely to meet and to chat with in the moments where we could chat. So if you ever get the chance to work with Ken Bruce, I'd take that in a heartbeat. And then we got down to the game. Now, just to talk about the format of the game a little bit. Now, this is public knowledge. As I said, I'm not going to divulge how I specifically did on the show because it's a big spoiler. I want you to go and watch it for yourself. But I can explain the format a little bit. So there's 6 rounds before the original POPMASTER. And every 2 rounds, a contestant gets eliminated before you reach the final 2. So the first round was called Links, where each player gets 4 different music-related questions that all link with each other. Just to give you a wild example that would never appear on the programme, it could be like, what number 1 song did Adam Martyn sing on his first debut album? And the answer could be, I don't know, South Yorkshire Blues. And then the next question could be, Yorkshire is the town where so-and-so comes from. So do you see what I mean? The answers would always sort of link into each other. It was a really fun round, actually. And the questions that we all got collectively, there was some really interesting links in there. You'd be, you can bounce from one genre to another, one artist to another. It was really a really fun opening round. I quite enjoyed it. It gets your head scratching. Round 2 was intros, middles, and ends, which is as simple as it sounds. This was a buzzer round, so almost like fastest finger first. So they'd either play the beginning, an intro, a middle, or an end of a song, and depending on how quickly you buzzed in and guessed it would depend on how many points that you got. If you did it, I think the most points, if you did it within 2 seconds, you got the maximum 5 points. This was fun as well because, you could get a song that has the most iconic intro ever. Like, I'm just trying to think, like, what's an iconic intro? Like, imagine James Brown, I Feel Good, though. Wow! He does at the start. That is one of the most iconic intros ever. If that was it, you could buzz in straight away. But then some intros, middles, or ends, they might be a bit trickier to get on the first listen. You might be like, oh, is that? It could be this, it could be that. And if you got the answer wrong, you'd be frozen out of that round. So you only get the one chance. Round 3 was called Video Gaga, which again is very simple as it sounds. So you would basically get you get an image from a music video. And similar to the points decreasing, if you got the music video within one image, you got the maximum points. But then with every new picture, you'd lose a point. You could have 5 pictures total. Music videos, if you didn't sort of, I guess, grow up in that like MTV generation. I mean, I watch stuff on the box and things like that, but music videos, I'd argue, aren't as played as much nowadays as they are back in the day. So unless you get like a really iconic one, it might be a real struggle to identify a music video within a handful of images. There is no easy round, there is no hard round. It literally depends on what you know and your knowledge, which I think ultimately helps make a fairly balanced game. Round 4 was a new round for this series, which was called Mixtape. So how this one works is they have 10 different artists on a little cassette case, which was quite cool. And it randomly like hovers between each one. You press your buzzer, you take it in turns, and then whichever artist you get, you have to answer a question about them. I really like this. I love the randomized element of it because, again, you had artists as far apart as, say, Engelbert Humperdinck and Tom Grennan. So, it could really land on anything. And depending, again, on your knowledge and what you're familiar with, it might be impactful. Round 5 is pop years, where you basically hear a bit of a song and you have to identify the year. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I like my numbers, but did I even get to play this round? Well, you'll have to watch and find out. And then round 6, for those who get that far, is called It's Only Words, where Ken will read the lyrics to a certain song, and again, as you'd probably guess, you have to then buzz in and guess the song. And then whoever's left, the final two people left, they would take part in Original Popmaster, which for anyone who doesn't know is basically a straightforward question-by-question quiz. Normal questions are worth 3 points, and your bonus category, because you get to pick a bonus category out of 2, if you get those right, they're 6 points. There's a maximum of 39 points available, and the interesting thing is all scores get reset to 0 for the final 2 contestants. And I've seen debates about this online. Some people say, that's not fair. What if someone's in the lead? I've seen some people say it's completely fair. I think it's completely fair because ultimately, you know, if you've got someone in the lead, they could just have a race of a final Popmaster, and also just, I guess, from a telly perspective, it wouldn't be that interesting. I think resetting scores for the final 2 players is a nice way of, again, making that even playing field, and it really could go either way. And then whoever wins Original Popmaster, you get a silver disc, you know, like the artists get, but a silver disc, which I might have your name on it, I can't remember, but then you do the 3 in 10 round, which is where Ken will give you an artist. You have to name 3 hit singles, basically, within 10 seconds. And if you get that, you upgrade your silver plaque to a gold plaque, which looks really cool. Again, though, that's how Popmaster on TV works. How far did I get? How did I do? Well, I keep saying it, but it's true. You'll have to tune in and find out. Ultimately, though, like, I had a fantastic day up in Glasgow filming Popmaster TV. Again, the experience was as smooth as I could expect. The 12-Yard team and BBC Scotland lot did a great job at making us feel so welcome, so at ease, because I can imagine for a lot of people, for any quiz show that come through, it must be such a nerve-wracking experience, because not only are you trying to focus to answer questions on stuff you may or may not know, but again, it's that thing of you know you're going to go out on television, which can be a big deal, but no, they did a fantastic job. They absolutely know what they're doing, how to look after, how to handle contestants, so I've got nothing but praise for them on that. But yes, that was my experience. If you want to watch it, go to Channel 4's website and type in Popmaster TV. Mine is Series 2, Episode 5, I believe. You can catch me there. It should be on their streaming service for a while. And, you know, if you did end up watching it, let me know your thoughts. Did you enjoy it? Did you think I did okay? Again, how did I do? We'll have to see. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it and let me know in the comments as well your thoughts. Subscribe if you're brand new. We'd love to have you aboard here with us. In the meantime, I've been Adam Martyn from AMTV. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Thank you to our patrons for helping to support the show, and a special thank you to Macra, Ethan Carberry-Holt, Bruce Danton, Globe of Reviews, Derek Chambers, Shaun Knock, Daud Khan, Liam De-Maine, Trev Hughes, Ajmac 200017, Dec KP 20, Simon Harrison, Evan Hart 41, Jen, Ted Elliott, Tim Ripley, Mr. Eurovision 1986, are AMTV staff members.